Hello students, welcome to MemoNeet. I am Shahin Mahmood. Here I will explain the Botany section of Neet 2024. I hope your exam went very well. Now let's discuss the solutions. So starting with question number 101. It is saying that identify the set of correct statement. We need to choose the correct statement. First statement is saying that the flowers of Vallisneria are colorful and produce nectar. This statement is not correct because we know that some examples of water pollinated plants are Vallisneria and Hydrilla. These water pollinated flowers. These doesn't have nectar and these are not colorful. Now the next statement it is saying that the flowers of water lily are not pollinated by water. This statement is absolutely correct because we know that not all aquatic plants use water for pollination, and the plants like water lily, water hyacinth emerge above the level of water and pollinated by insects or wind. This statement is absolutely correct. Now the next statement it is saying that in most of the water pollinated species, the pollen grains are protected from wetting. This statement is also correct because we know that pollen grains in many such species are, in most of the water pollinated species, pollen grains are protected from wetting by a mucilaginous covering. This statement is also correct. Now the next one is pollen grain of some hydrophytes are long ribbon-like. Yeah, this statement is also correct because as you can see that pollen grains in many species are long, ribbon-like and they are carried passively inside the water, which is the next statement. In some hydrophytes, pollen grains are carried passively inside the water. So you can see that some of them reach stigma and achieve pollination. So B, C, D, E are correct. So second option will be the correct answer for this question. You can see the importance of NCERT. If you read the NCERT line by line, you can exactly answer this question. If you have not read the NCERT, you may miss this question. So you have to read NCERT line by line. Now moving towards the next question. It is saying that the type of conservation. It is saying that the type of conservation in which the threatened species are taken out from their natural habitat and placed in a special setting where they can be protected and given special care. This kind of conservation is called as ex situ conservation. Ex situ. But in the options you can see there are no options of ex situ conservation. It is saying semi-conservative method, which is not correct. Then sustainable development, which is also not correct. Then in situ conservation is also not correct. But ex situ conservation is a type of biodiversity conservation. So this fourth option is the most appropriate one. You can see the play NTA had played with the options. So here this fourth option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 103. It is saying that inhibition of succinic dehydrogenase enzyme by MemoNeet is a classical example of competitive inhibition, enzyme activation, cofactor inhibition, or feedback inhibition. So in explanation we can see that when the inhibitor closely reassembles with the substrate in its molecular structure and inhibits the activity of enzyme, it is known as competitive inhibitor. And this inhibition of succinic dehydrogenase by MemoNeet, it closely reassembles with the substrate succinate in structure. That's why it is the example of competitive inhibition. So first option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 104. Yeah, it is saying that identify the part of the seed from the given figure which is destined to form root when the seed germinates. So from where the root germinates, that is radicle. And you can see this structure taken from NCERT diagrams. So you also have to point and read each and every NCERT diagrams. So you can see that there is A, B, C, D are coleoptile, plumule, radicle and polarizer. So this C portion is radicle. C is given in the first option. So first option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 105. It is saying that bulliform cells are responsible for increased photosynthesis in monocots. It is not correct because bulliform cell doesn't help in photosynthesis in monocots. Now it is saying that providing large spaces of storage of sugar. It is also not correct. It doesn't provide any large space for sugar. Now the next it is saying that inward curling of leaves in monocots. This is the correct answer, third option. So we can explain that what happens, the bulliform cells in the leaves have absorbed water in a turgid. The leaf surface is exposed and when they are flaccid due to water stress, they make their leaves curl inwards to minimize water loss. The third option will be the correct answer for this question. protecting the plant from salt stress is also not correct. Third option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving to the next question, 106. It is saying that which of the following are required for the dark reaction of the photosynthesis. So, and the option is given: light, chlorophyll, CO2, ATP and NADPH. We know that the products of light reaction are used in dark reaction. The products of dark reaction are ATP, NADPH and O2, out of which O2 will get diffused out, so it is not used in dark reaction. But ATP and NADPH used in dark reaction, along with CO2. CO2 also used in dark reaction. You can read that. A dark reaction, also known as Kelvin cycle, CO2, ATP and NADPH to convert carbon dioxide into glucose. So here, first option C, D, E, that CO2, ATP and NADH will be our correct answer. Now moving towards the next question, 107. It is saying that formation of interfascicular cambium from fully developed parenchyma cells is an example of dedifferentiation, maturation, differentiation or redifferentiation. So we know that the living differentiated cells that lost capacity to divide can regain the capacity of division under certain condition. This phenomenon is known as dedifferentiation. And examples are interfascicular cambium, cord cambium, etc. And these are differentiated from fully differentiated parenchyma cell. So here first option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 108. It is saying that heme2 always cuts DNA molecule at a particular point of recognition sequence. So it consists of recognition sequence. It consists of 4 base pair, 10 base pair, 8 base pair or 6 base pair. So we can see that the first restriction in the nucleus was heme second, whose functioning depends on a specific DNA nucleotide sequence, and this was isolated later. So the specific sequence we can see found for heme2 is always cuts DNA molecule at a particular point by recognizing a specific sequence of 6 base pair. It is also directly from the NCERT lines. So you can see that immense importance of NCERT in each and every questions. So here fourth option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 109. Yeah. So it is saying that tropical regions show greatest level of species richness because the first option, it is saying that tropical latitudes have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years. Hence, more the time was available for species diversification. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. Because we know that tropical environments remain undisturbed because of its and more time available for species diversification. Because we know that speciation is generally function of time. Unlike temperate regions subject to frequent glaciation, what happens that in tropical latitude remain relatively undisturbed for millions of years. That's why they have long evolutionary time for species diversification. So that's why this statement is absolutely correct. Now the next statement is saying that tropical environments are more seasonal. So here tropical environments, unlike temperate ones, are less seasonal. So this statement is not correct. Temperate environments are more seasonal, not tropical environment. Now the next one, it is saying that more solar energy is available in tropics, which is absolutely correct because there is more solar energy available in tropical region, which contribute to higher productivity. And now it is saying that constant environment promote niche specialization, which is also correct for tropical regions. Because if there is a constant environment, then there will be more species diversification and there will be more niche specialization. Now the next statement, it is saying that tropical environments are constant and predictable. So it is also correct that tropical environments are more constant and predictable. So you can see that A, C, D, E are correct. So A, C, D, E, third option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 110. It is saying that which of the following is not a criteria for classification of fungi. So let's understand what are the criteria for classification of fungi. That is mode of spore formation, morphology of mycelium and mode of nutrition. So these three are used for classification of fungi. But this fruiting body is not help in classification of fungi. And what this fruiting body refers to? Fruiting body refers to reproductive structure of fungi which produce and releases spores. This critical feature used in identification and classification of fungi. However, it is not the criteria used for primary classification in fungi. So this is not the criteria for classification of fungi. So third option will be a correct answer for not third option. Second option is fruiting body. So here fruiting body. Second option will be a correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question. 111. Okay. Yeah. So it is saying that how many molecules of ATP and NADPH are required for every molecule of CO2 fixed in the Kelvin cycle. Kelvin cycle means what? That C3 cycle. So for every CO2 molecules entering the Kelvin cycle, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH2 are required. That's why here 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH. Second option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question. It is saying 112. So it is saying that these are regarded as major causes of biodiversity loss. So what are the major causes of biodiversity loss? These are overexploitation, co-extinction, then habitat loss and fragmentation. So A, B and D we can see here that habitat loss and fragmentation, overexploitation and alien species invasion as well as co-extinction. But alien species invasion is not given here. Rest 3 are given here. So here A, B and D. That's why second option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question 130. It is saying that the capacity to generate a whole plant from any cell of the plant is called differentiation, somatic hybridization, totipotency or micropropagation. So basically we know that the whole plant could be regenerated from the explant. Any part of the plant taken out, grown in test tube. This generation of whole plant from any cell or explant is called as totipotency. It is also directly from the NCERT lines. So this for this question 113, third option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question 114. So the equation of this logistic growth, last part logistic growth is given this here. dN by dt is equal to Rn and then K minus N divided by K. So from this equation, the K indicates for carrying capacity, population density, intrinsic rate of natural increase or biotic potential. We can see that this equation here, where N is the population density at time t, R is the intrinsic rate of natural increase and then K is the carrying capacity. So here first option will be our correct answer. You can see so many easy questions are asked in directly from the NCERT. You must score full out of full in this kind of questions. So now moving towards the next question 150. Those who have read NCERT properly, they will score full marks in biology, I think. Now it is saying that spindle fibers attach to kinetochores of chromosome during anaphase, prophase, telophase or metaphase. We know that the key features of metaphase are spindle fiber attached to kinetochore of chromosome and chromosome are moved to spindle equator, get aligned towards the metaphase plate through spindle fiber to both poles. So that's why fourth option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question 116. Identify the type of flowers based on the position of calyx, corolla, androecium with respect to ovary and given below. So we can see this. You can see this diagram here. So if the gynoecium is situated in the center and other parts of the flower are located on the rim of the thalamus, they are almost same length. So basically you have to choose. So this figure is given and this figure is given. So according to this here, here we have the diagram. You can see that this first figure is perigynous. A is perigynous and then this B is also perigynous. So here we will see that second option will be our correct answer for this question. Now what is this perigynous flower? Why are we flagging this as perigynous? Because the gynoecium, you can see that this gynoecium is situated in the center and other parts of the flower are located on the rim of the thalamus almost at the same level. So that's why we are calling it perigynous. So second option will be the correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 117. It is saying match least first with least second. Rhizopus will be matched with bread mold. Yeah, Rhizopus will be matched with bread mold. Stylus, smart fungi, we know that, so it will be matched with smart fungus. Puccinia will be matched with rust fungus, and Agaricus will be matched with mushroom. So here, matching all this, we will get third option as our correct answer. Moving towards the next question, 180. It is saying that in the plant, black seed color BB and BB is dominant over the white seed color. In order to find out the genotype of the black seed plant, with which of the following genotype you will cross it. So we know that what happens in test cross, that to know a genotype. So the use of test cross is to know the genotype of parent. So what happens in typical test cross, an organism showing a dominant phenotype and whose genotype to be determined. That's why. So here, test cross, we always use the recessive alleles. So there you can see that cross can easily be genotype predict the. It is crossed with recessive parent instead of self crossing. So this process is called as test cross. So here fourth option will be a correct answer because this is recessive parent or recessive allele you can say. So here fourth option will be a correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question. It is saying that a pink flower of snapdragon, you have to remember that snapdragon shows incomplete dominance, was crossed with a red flower, snapdragon flower. What are the phenotype are expected in the progeny? So pink is intermediate, that's why its phenotype will be RR, and then this red is dominant here, so that's why its phenotype will be capital RR. So here we can see that red and pink. So when this will be crossed, we will see red flowers as well as pink flowers. So fourth option will be a correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 120. It is saying that match first, list first with list second. List first, it is given two or more alternative forms of a gene. So what we call two or more alternative forms of gene, that is allele. So A will be matched with allele. Now the next one is cross of F1 progeny with homozygous recessive parent. Just we discussed in our one of the previous question, that is the test cross. And now the next one, cross of F1 progeny with any of the parent. If it is saying that in homozygous recessive parent, it will be test cross. But if it is saying that any of the parent, it will be back cross. Now the next one, it is saying the number of chromosome sets in a plant are called in plant. That's why it is called as ploidy, because we got ploidy level, haploid, diploid, that's all. So first option will be the correct answer for this question after matching all this list first with list second. Now moving towards the next question, 121. Yeah, it is saying that lecithin, a small molecular weight organic compound found in living tissue, is an example of glyceride, carbohydrate, amino acid, or phospholipid. Lecithin is the example of phospholipid, which also acts as lung surfactant. That's why fourth option will be a correct answer for this question. You can see the diagram of lecithin. There are phosphate linkage there, and it is phospholipid. Now the next one is 122. You have to match so many match the following questions, match the following questions, and there are statement based questions are there. So you need to give time. You should practice more mock test so that you can attempt this question within a seconds. So 122 we have to answer now. 122. So Clostridium botulicum will be go with butyric acid. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, we know that it is used to make ethanol alcohol. Then Trichoderma polysporum is used to make cyclosporine. It is the immunosuppressive agent, and we know that Streptococcus species, streptokinase, which is a clot buster. So it is used in myocardial infarction. So matching all this, we will get first option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 123. It is saying that in the given figure, which component has thin outer wall and highly thickened inner wall? This figure you have to identify E, A, B, C, D, each of the following. So we know that the stromatal pore is enclosed between two bean-shaped gut cells. The inner cell walls of the gut cell are thick and which outer cells are thin. So here the C part, here this part is the gut cell. That's why it will be our correct answer. So third option will be our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 124. It is saying that which of the following is an example of actinomorphic flower? So let's understand what does it means actinomorphic flower. Actinomorphy means a flower which is capable of being divided by more than one line passing through the middle of flower into two equal parts and a mirror image of one another. One example of this actinomorphic flower are datura. So here third option will be our correct answer for this question. Rest are not actinomorphic flowers. Pisum, Sevania, Sesbania or Cassia, these are not actinomorphic flowers. The third option will be our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 125. It is saying that a transcription unit in DNA is defined primarily by three regions in DNA. These are with respect to upstream and downstream end. So you have to tell them. So we know that a transcription unit is a segment of DNA that takes part in transcription. It has three components which are a promoter, a structural gene and terminator. So here second option will be our correct answer for this question 125. Moving towards the next question 126. This is a long question. You can see that so many statements I have to read. So what is the fate of piece of DNA carrying on gene of interest which is transferred in an alien organism? I think alien organism. So yeah. So what happens that fate of DNA in alien organism? Fate of DNA in alien organism. First option it is saying that the piece of DNA would be able to multiply itself independently in progeny cells to the organism. This is not correct because it can't multiply independently. Then it is saying that it may integrate it into genome of a recipient. So it is absolutely correct. Now the next it is saying that it may multiply and be inherited along with the host DNA. That's why this statement will be regarded as correct. Now the next statement it is saying that the alien species of DNA is not integrate part of chromosome. This statement is also not correct. It shows ability to replicate. This is also not correct. So only B and C here will be the fate of this piece of DNA carrying gene of interest. The first option will be a correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question, 127. Yeah. It is saying that oxygen is used by gardeners to prepare wheat-free lawns, but no damage is caused to grass. Why? Because the options are given does not affect mature monocotyledonous plant, can help in cell division in grasses and produce growth, promotes apical dominance, promotes abscission and mature leaves only. So here this grass is monocot. So grass is a monocot. And what happens that the auxins also induce parthenocarpine, tomatoes, whatever. So they are widely used as herbicide. So this herbicide does not affect mature monocotyledonous plant. As grass being a monocotyledonous plant, it will not affect this. So first option will be our correct answer for this question. And by using this, they will use to prepare wheat-free lawns by gardeners. So yeah, first option will be our correct answer for this question. Don't get confused with just seeing that auxin means apical dominance. Don't do that. You will be confused. So the cofactor of the enzyme carboxypeptidase is, so the cofactor for the enzyme carboxypeptidase is zinc. Third option will be our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question. The lactose present in growth medium of bacteria is transported to the cell by the actions of permease, polymerase, beta-galactosidase or acetylase. We know that the LAC-Y gene encodes the membrane protein called lactose permease, which is a transmembrane pump that allows cell to import lactose. So here, first option will be our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the next question. 130. Yeah, it is also a statement based question. You can see so many statement based question. It takes time to read each and every line, but you have to read it if you wanna correct. If you wanna get 360 out of 316 biology. So it is saying that which of the following can be explained on the basis of Mendel's law of dominance. Mendel's law of dominance explained that out of one pair of factors, one is dominant and other one is recessive. It is absolutely correct. Now next it is saying that alleles do not show any expression and both the characters appear as such in F2 generation. It is not correct. So alleles just show expression. Now it is saying that factors occurs in pairs in normal diploid plants. It is also correct. Now it is saying that a discrete unit controlling a particular character is called as factor. It is just the definition of it. So it is also correct. And it is also saying that the expression of only one of the parental character is found in monohybrid cross. Yes. So expression of only one of the parental characters is found in monohybrid cross. It is also correct. So A, C, D, E correct for Mendel's law of dominance. So fourth option will be the correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 131. It is saying that Bt toxins. Yeah. It is saying that Bt toxins are insect group specific and coded by gene Cry1AC. So you can see there are toxins encoded by gene Cry1AC named as Cry. There are a number of them. For example, the protein encoded by Cry1AC and Cry1B control cotton bolons, cotton AB, cotton convoy. So it is correct. This statement is true. Now the next statement, it is saying that Bt toxin exists as inactive protoxin in Bacillus thuringiensis. It is correct. Now it is up to this, it is correct. Now it is saying that, however, after ingestion by the insect, the inactive protoxin gets converted into active form due to acidic pH of the insect card. We know that in insect card there is alkaline pH. Alkaline pH. There is no acidic pH. So this statement is false. This is true. This is false. The first option will be a correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 132. Yeah, 132. It is saying that parenchyma is a living, but collenchyma is a dead tissue. Is this statement correct? No. Parenchyma and collenchyma both are living. Sclerenchyma is not living. Sclerenchyma is dead. That's why this statement is basically false or not correct. Now the next statement, it is saying that gymnosperms lack xylem vessels, but presence of xylem vessels is a characteristic of angiosperm. It is absolutely correct, because gymnosperm, we know that it lacks xylem vessels, but angiosperm will have the xylem vessels. So it is true. Now statement first is false, but statement second is true. The second option will be the correct answer for this question 132. Moving towards the next question, 133. Yeah, it is saying that chromosome became gradually visible under light microscope during left protein stage. It is also taken directly from the NCERT line. You can see that during left protein stage, what happens, that chromosome began to condense, and as a result, they become gradually visible under light microscope. This statement is absolutely correct. Now second, it is saying that the beginning of diplotin stage is recognized by dissolution of synaptonymal complex. So you can see that the lines taken from the NCERT, the beginning of diplotin stage is recognized by the dissolution of synaptonymal complex. So both the statements are true. So third option will be the correct answer for this question. Now here we go, one with, that is the match the following type question. This is also from the cell cycle, cell unit of life. It is saying the nucleolus. So nucleolus is the site of active trisomal ribosomal RNA synthesis. So A will be matched with this 3. Now the next one, centriole. We know that. Yeah, centriole. So centrioles in a centrosome lie perpendicular to each other, which has an organization like cartwheel type structure. Cartwheel. So organization like cartwheel. So this will be matched with the second. Now the leucoplast. So leucoplast will be storage for nutrients. So leucoplast have amyloplast which has carbohydrate. Then ileoplast store oil, then fats which store ileoplast store oil and fats, and then allonoplast store protein. So this is the storing nutrients. Leucoplast is for storing nutrients. Now the last one is Golgi apparatus. So Golgi apparatus is the site for formation of glycolipid. So matching all this, we will get third option will be the correct answer for this question. Then whatever we have discussed till now, you can see not a single question have come out of NCERT. Each and every question are from the NCERT lines. Now the next one, it is saying that list of endangered species was released by FOAM, IUCN, GESC or WWF. The list of endangered species released by the International Union for Conservation of Nature IUCN. The second option will be the correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the botany section B. So section B 136. It is saying that the DNA present in chloroplast. The DNA present in chloroplast is a small double-stranded circular DNA. So here circular and double-stranded. Fourth option will be the correct answer for this question. It is given wrong here. It will be fourth option. Fourth option is the correct answer. Expression is written correctly. You can check that. There may be typing mistakes somewhere. So yeah, moving towards the next question, 137. 137. So it is saying, which of the following are fused in somatic hybridization involving two varieties of plant? First one is protoplast, pollen, callus, or somatic embryo. So we know that isolated protoplast from two different varieties of plant, each having desirable character, can be fused to get hybrid protoplast, which can be further grown to form a new plant. And these hybrids are called as somatic hybrid, and this process is called somatic hybridization. So what is being fused? Protoplast. So here first option will be the correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 138. You can see that. So identify the correct description about the given figure. You can see this is the figure is given. A wine pollinated plant with compact inflorescence and well exposed stamen is optimized for efficient pollen dispersal by vines, as it reduces surface area, maximizes pollen exposure, and does not rely on attracting pollinators. That's why this is wine pollinated plant. So here we can see that 138, third option, wine pollinated plant inflorescence showing flowers with well exposed stamens. So third option will be the correct answer for this question. You can see that how the NTA putting diagrams to form questions. Yeah. Now 139. It is saying that spraying sugarcane crop with which of the following plant growth regulator increases the length of stem, thus increasing yield? Cytokinin, abscisic acid, oxime, or gibberellin. So we know that if we use gibberellin, then it will increase the length of stem and also increase the yield. So fourth option will be our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 140. We have to match first, list first with list second. Frederick Griffith, we know that he is famous for transformation principle. Then Francis Jacob and Monod gives the lac operon. Hargobin Khoranda given the genetic code, and Mendelssohn and Stoll given the semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. So matching all this, we will get fourth option as our correct answer for this question. Now moving towards the question 141. So it is, we will also have to match first list with second. So it is saying that GLUT4, insulin, trypsin, and collagen. So GLUT4 enables glucose transport into cell. It is written in biomolecules table. Now the next one is insulin. Insulin is a type of hormone, we know that. And then trypsin. Trypsin is a type of enzyme, digestive enzyme. Now the next one is collagen. Collagen is intercellular ground substance. This whole question is taken from the biomolecules table. So this third option will be your correct answer for this question. You have read the table, you can just put correct option. Now moving towards the next question, 142. 140. It is saying that in C3 plants, some O2 binds with Robisco, hence CO2 fixation is decreased. And next one, it is saying that in C4 plant, mesophyll cells show very little photorespiration, while bundle sheath cells do not show photorespiration. So what happens that C3 plants, some oxygen bind to Robisco, and hence carbon dioxide fixation is decreased. This Robisco has carboxylase activity more in C3 plants. This statement is absolutely correct. Now the next one is C4. In C4, mesophyll cells show little photorespiration, while bundle sheath cells do not show photorespiration. So productivity and yield better in this plant because photorespiration means loss. So here both the statements are correct. So third option will be a correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 143. It is saying that identify the step in TCS cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle. What's the another name of TCS cycle? Yeah, it is Krebs cycle. Question from Krebs cycle is must in Neet. So which does not involve in oxidation of substrate. Succinyl coenzyme to succinic acid, isocitrate to alpha ketoglutarate acid, malic acid to oxaloacetic acid, or succinic acid to malic acid. So in third option, malic acid to oxaloacetic acid, what happens that in this step, malic acid is converted back to oxaloacetic acid by enzyme malate dehydrogenase, and this conversion does not involve oxidation of malate acid, instead it involves reduction of NAD+. That's why third option will be our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the next question, 144. You have to match the following question. So many match the following question. Match list first with list second. So it is saying citric acid. Citric acid will be found in citric acid cycle. That means tricarboxylic acid cycle basically. So it is found in mitochondrial matrix. Now the next one is glycolysis. Glycolysis always occurs in cytoplasm. Then electron transport system, ETS. So electron transport system occurs in inner mitochondrial membrane, IMM. Inner mitochondrial membrane, we can see electron transport system functioning. Then proton gradient. So proton gradient we can see at intermembrane space of mitochondria. So that is outer membrane, inner membrane. So in this place, intermembrane space, we can see proton gradient. So matching all these options, we will get fourth option as our correct answer for this question. Now the next question, 145. It is saying that which of the following statement is correct regarding the process of replication in E. coli? First option, it is saying that the DNA, process of replication. So DNA dependent DNA polymerase catalyze polymerization in 5 to 3 direction as well as 3 to 5 direction. It is not correct. The DNA dependent DNA polymerase catalyze polymerization in 5 to 3 direction. It is absolutely correct because this is unidirectional. Second option will be a correct answer for this question. Now let's read our statement as well. It's saying something good. It is not correct because it is saying that polymerization in one direction, 3 to 5 is not correct. Then DNA dependent RNA polymerase is also not correct. Second option will be a correct answer for this replication question. Moving towards the next question, 146. Okay. 146. So in an ecosystem, if the net primary productivity NPP of first trophic level is given this much 100x, and then 100x kilocalorie per meter square per year, so that would be what would be the GPP of the third trophic level of the same ecosystem. So you can see that NPP is given 100x, energy transfer 10%, so 0.1% with there. GPP of third trophic level, NPP of first trophic level, and divided by energy transfer efficiency. So GPP at third trophic level will be 100x divided by 3x. That means second option. Yeah, second option will be the correct answer for this question. Second option. This question seems like a bit difficult. This question is out of the box. But if you read the NCERT, you know the energy transfer law, Reynolds energy transfer law, you can definitely solve this question. Moving towards the next question, 147. Yeah. It is saying that match list 1 with list 2. Again, match the following question. Rose will be matched with perigynous flower. Then it's saying P have marginal presentation, and cotton have twisted aestivation, and mango have kind of fruit. So that's the third option will be the correct answer for this question. You can also read the explanation here. Yes, you can read the explanation here. Rose gynoecium situated in the center, and other parts of the flower located in the rim of thalamus at the same level. That's why it is perigynous. Previously, the diagram question also saying about perigynous. And P have marginal presentation, where placenta forms a ridge along with ventral surface. Ventrals, which are ovary, and ovules are born on this ridge, forming 2 rows. While sepal and petal, one overlap in next. So this is for twisted aspiration. Yeah, that's why. Okay. in mango, and twisted distribution is seen in cotton. So where sepal and petal overlap in two next sepal and petal overlap basically. Sepal and petal overlaps. So that's why it is called as twisted distribution, and it is found in cotton. In mango, what happens? Fruit develop from monocarpellary superior ovary. Third option will be a correct answer for this question. 148. Again, match the following question. Match the following question. Robert May, we know that he assumed that global species diversity at about 7 billion scientists. So Robert May estimated global species diversity is about 7 million. Now Alexander von Humboldt. Alexander von Humboldt gives us species area relationship. So yeah, species area relationship. So this will be Alexander Humboldt gives the relationship. Now next one is Paul Ehrlich. Paul Ehrlich proposed Rivett-Popper hypothesis, which suggests that importance of species richness to maintenance or in maintaining ecosystems. Paul Ehrlich will be matched with Rivett-Popper hypothesis. Now the next one is David Tillman. So David Tillman here conducted a long-term ecosystem experiment using outdoor plots. So here long-term ecosystem experiment using outdoor plots. The fourth option will be correct answer from this question. These all are scientists, and this question taken from the ecology section. You have to also remember the contribution of scientists. You can't ignore those. Now the next one is match. Again, match the following type question. Now I don't know how many match the following type questions given in this. And in this question, if we say that गलती होने की गुंजाइश कम होता है यहाँ पे स्कोर करने की गुंजाइश ज्यादा होता है, आप गलती नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे. Now it is saying type of, you have to match type of stamen with example. So monoadelphous, diadelphous, polyadelphous, and epiphyllous is given. So monoadelphous stamen are those in which filaments are fused to form a single tube and anthers are free. It is found in China rose. So monoadelphous will match with China rose. Now the next one is diadelphous. So what happens in diadelphous stamen? That these are the stamen when they are united partially and are present two bunches. They are found in P. So diadelphous will be found in P. And then polyadelphous flowers. Polyadelphous, not flowers, are stamens. So polyadelphous stamen refers to plants in which the stamen and anthers are present and in 3 or more bundles. That's why it is calling as polyadelphous, and it is found in citrus. It is found in citrus. Then last one is epiphyllous. So what happens in epiphyllous? That stamen that are connected to the perianth of the flower, these are called epiphyllous stamen. It is found in lily. It is found in lily. So matching all this, we will get third option as our correct answer for this question. Moving towards the last question of this botany section. I think 150 questions are there. So again, a statement-based question. It is saying that read the following statement and choose the set of correct statements. In the members of Phaeophyceae, these statements are given. So you have to understand Phaeophyceae. What does it mean? Phaeophyceae means brown algae. Brown algae. So now let's read the statement. So in Phaeophyceae, it is saying that asexual reproduction occurs usually by biflagellate zoospore. It is absolutely correct statement. You can also read here biflagellate zoospore. But it is saying next statement is saying that sexual reproduction is by polygamous method only. No, it's not correct. Sexual reproduction may be isogamous, anisogamous, or ogamous. So that's why it is incorrect. Now the next one, it is saying that stored food in the form of carbohydrates, which is either mannitol or laminarin. So stored food in brown algae is in the form of carbohydrate, which is either mannitol or laminarin. It's absolutely correct statement. Now the next, it is saying that the major pigments are found are chlorophyll, A, C, carotenoids, and xanthophyll. It is also correct. The major pigment found in brown algae are these pigments: A, chlorophyll, A, C, carotenoids, and xanthophyll. Now the last one, it is saying that vegetative cells have a cellulosic wall, usually covered on the outside by gelatinous coating algae. It is also correct because this we can see that cellulosic wall covered by gelatinous algae. Algae is present in brown algae, so it is also correct. So we have to choose the correct answer. You can see A, C, D, E are correct. So first option will be our correct answer for this question. So this concludes the botany explanation part. I hope your exam went very well and you scored full out of full, because this is like according to me this is like a average level of question. I mean you can score full marks. Thank you.